What's the saddest you've ever been?
All the time. I don't know. What do you mean, what's the saddest I've ever been? I'm always sad.
You've never had like a
I'm
time?
actually on new medication.
Okay.
And I'm not sad anymore. I never feel anything.
And that is very sad.
No, it's amazing. I love it. Before I was always so like stressed out.
Okay.
And now I'm just like mellow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've been on meds before, and
What are you
this
on?
is helpful.
You're not on anything?
Not anything right now, no.
Why not?
I was on Lexapro for years, and then Wellbutrin as well, and kind of meddling with those, and then I went off them.
That's amazing that you were able to get off them. I don't think I ever will.
Yeah, it's kind of tricky getting off of those.
Yeah. Well, I'm on Zoloft.
You're what?
I'm on Zoloft.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Nice.
Just makes me like feel nothing.
Zoloft sounds like a clown. Zoloft the clown. Hi, kitties.
It's not
I'm
at all.
Zoloft.
That's not what I think of when I think of Zoloft.
Do you have any questions for me?
Yeah. Let me think though, because I kind of forgot.
Hi, okay, can we talk about Lexapro for a second? I finally saw a psychiatrist for my anxiety like 3 weeks ago, and he was like, I'm gonna diagnose you with obviously generalized anxiety and like panic disorder, and he gave me Lexapro 10 milligrams. Now this meeting was literally one day before I had 2 weeks of travel plans to go home for the holidays, like starting in Connecticut and then going to Florida. And I was like, ooh, that'd be a lot taking any medication, because he literally warned me like the first 2 weeks are kind of hell. It gets worse before it gets better. You're gonna feel like really anxious, maybe a little nauseous, and boy, I felt everything. I took the first pill when I was in Connecticut, and it also might have just been like being in my old surroundings that made me really anxious, but I felt so nauseous all day. I felt so like lightheaded, so dizzy, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna hold off on taking this because I don't wanna feel like this for the next 2 weeks during Christmas and New Year's. Now I'm back in New York and I'm staring at the bottle and I'm like, do I start the medication? I don't know. And I've heard good and I've heard really bad things, so I just don't know what to do. I'm definitely not like anti-medication, but I also know there's like so many side effects that come with it, and I don't want to be reliant on something forever. I've already been on birth control for like 8 years, and I know it's bad for me, and like I know Lexapro could be something that will change my life, but it also worries me that I'm gonna like become dependent on it forever, and I don't want to be taking a medication forever. And some people are like, you're gonna lose your sparkle, and then other people are telling me like you're gonna gain weight, and but then some people tell me they get on Lexapro and their life was changed and they feel like a different person. They finally feel normal again. I also have like major health anxiety, and I finally got the Aura ring, and I feel like that has been helping. Like I haven't felt like horribly anxious the last 3 weeks, but that's how anxiety is, right? Like it comes in such waves. So I feel like I'm being like, I don't need it, but then like in a couple of weeks, if I'm having crazy panic attacks, I'm gonna be like, why didn't I just start it already? But I have to see my psychiatrist like next week, and I need to tell him like what I want to do. So if you guys have any advice or any experience with Lexapro, just let me know what you think. What was your experience? Just because I like genuinely need someone to like help me figure this out. I can't decide myself. Anxiety sucks. I fucking hate it. Peace and love. Okay, love you guys.
One of the side effects from my antidepressant is a lower libido, meaning no drive. And I was just like, that's not a thing. It's not a thing. Because me and my vibes, we're like this. Okay, it gets lonely. Well, then tell me why when I cleaned my ear today with a Q-tip, that shit was heavenly. Better than a fucking orgasm. And then I questioned, babe, you take a medication now. You're medicated. Side effects are real. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Say goodbye-bye to your libido, babes. Ta-ta. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone.
Okay, so I started Lexapro a week ago, and It's been interesting, so I want to give y'all like my first week like side effects and how I'm doing. So I'm on it for anxiety, not depression, and so I've heard that affects like your side effects the first week. So I've been experiencing a lot of jitteriness, which I know not everyone experiences, and like at first I felt like my anxiety was worse, and then I got on Google and it said that it can make you jittery, and just knowing that it was the meds did help with like the mental component of my anxiety, but physically I just felt like my heart was racing, almost like I had like adrenaline going through my system. I've also been having a little bit of an upset stomach, but nothing like too bad, but like no appetite. Like food just doesn't quite like hit the same as it did before. Like I'll eat my favorite food and I'm just like, it's okay. And like I don't eat as big of a portion size as I used to before. I've also been having issues falling asleep at night, but taking melatonin does help. I've also just been feeling like I just want to be in bed, but I'm not tired. I just like want to feel like cuddled up. This is just my experience, but hopefully this helps anyone if you're on it. I'm going to be doing more updates on Lexapro as I get used to it.
I started antidepressants, specifically Prozac, in May, and there are some definite pros and cons, so I'm going to weigh those out for you right now. Since starting Prozac, I do not cry at all, which is honestly a con because I am holding a lot of water weight. I get drunk super quickly, like drunkest girl at the party, that's me, and that's a pro because I'm saving money on alcohol. I don't care if I live or die, pro and con. I no longer really feel joy, which is a giant pro because the more apathetic you are to everything, the cooler you look. It takes me longer to O, which is a big pro because my boyfriend has to try harder. We love a guy who can put a little effort in. Bars on the floor. I am no longer hungry, pro for obvious reasons.
Here's a Lexapro review for you. I am off the fucking freeway with a flat tire. I feel nothing. Nothing. I'm just chilling, actually. I'm literally just chilling. 6 months ago, I would be crying, hyperventilating, panic attack. Now, what? Like, enjoy the view? Bitch, I'm here. I'm chilling. What the fuck?
Today we're talking about all things Lexapro. If you don't know what this is an anti-anxiety and antidepressant. So let's talk about it. So I'm currently on Lexapro for generalized anxiety, more so aimed at like social anxiety and social interactions. My doctor says I have social phobia, but that's okay. Obviously, what I do comes with a lot of social interactions, and although I wouldn't trade it for the world, if I could treat it, I will. Do I match her freak? I don't know yet. And I know a lot of people who take Lexapro are like, oh, like it takes 2 to 4 weeks to kick in, but I'm in my 4th week and I have really good days and really bad days, but I'm also in my luteal phase, which is when I've had my bad days. So I'm guessing that's what it has to do with. But yeah, I am on a microdose right now. I'm only on 5 milligrams. So we are I have a doctor's appointment in like a week and we're going to talk about that. But let me be your sign that meds is not a bad thing. Same with therapy. Like I match that freak. Meds is so good. Like if you need it and it can help, why not try? Don't be ashamed because you're helping your body and helping your mind live a healthier, happier life. That's beautiful. I love it for us. Lexapro girlies unite.
Are you on Lexapro?
Are you drinking on Lexapro? Because, girl, we need to talk. I was on Lexapro, and I was in college, so I was drinking on Lexapro. Thought it was a suggestion. No, not a suggestion not to drink. I was literally destroying my body. A symptom that manifested was I was on my period for an entire year. Yeah, I had to get 2 blood transfusions, an iron transfusion, and was so anemic that I literally should have been dead. So, when they say don't drink on Lexapro, listen to them. Okay, thanks.
Okay, I just wanted to talk about something really quick. I actually had to pull over to make this video because I can't stop thinking about this. And I just want to preface this video by saying I'm not a mental health professional. This is not medical advice, and I'm not a medical expert of any kind. But I've had my fair share of therapy, and I've seen a lot of psychologists, psychiatrists, and I've seen a lot of medical professionals. And I've been prescribed many a prescription, and I hated it every single time I took it. In the beginning, it would kind of help, and then like a few months in, it would just start ruining my mind. Or it would just make me a zombie, and I couldn't have emotions. I couldn't feel anything. I was kind of an adrenaline junkie just so I could feel something. And after a few months of taking whatever I was on, I always eventually felt just really flat and numb, and I had no sex drive. I had no passion for things anymore. Everything that I liked to do, I didn't really enjoy it anymore, but I wasn't having those manic highs and manic lows. I was nothing. And it was nice. It was a nice break from the voices in my head. Just kidding. It was a nice break, but I eventually just wanted to feel like myself again. And once again, you should always talk to your doctor, especially if you're seeing a psychiatrist. You should always talk to them, ask for their advice. Don't do anything reckless. Always, always, always talk to your doctor. But I was done. I was done taking prescriptions of any kind. I wanted to I kind of missed the old me. Even though she had a lot of things to work on, I eventually decided to start tapering off all medications and only take my vitamins. And I was kind of nervous at first, but I thought, like, I've gone to enough therapy, I've done enough things, I've done a lot of self-healing, and I want to feel passion for life again, and I want to be me again. So I made the decision to start tapering off, and I'm not on anything anymore, and I feel amazing. I don't know how else to explain it. It feels like when a part of your body goes numb, like if you sleep on your arm or a weird way and it goes numb and you're waiting for it to like wake back up, and it starts tingling and then it starts working again, and you get that like it comes back to life kind of feeling. That's how I feel. And not in like a crazy way though. In like a really normal way. Like I just feel like me again. I don't know, I have like all the interests and things that I used to like to do. I really want to pick them back up. I really want to do them again. I do cold plunges. I play my instruments. I sing more. My sex drive is back. I just have passion for life again. So, I don't know, just food for thought. Like, talk to your doctor, do what's best for you, but I really feel like people need it, and I really feel like it's an amazing thing, and it helped me a lot. It helped me kind of center myself and start to heal myself when I was on prescriptions. But yeah, eventually it just kind of made me feel really flat and feel kind of like nothing. And so, I don't know, tapering off medication was the best decision I feel like I've ever made. And I'm still in therapy, and, you know, I'm still being seen by someone, and everything is great. But just think about it, you know, like, I don't know. I feel like there is definitely a time limit for taking prescriptions, and there probably is. Like I said, I'm not a medical professional, so I have no idea. But I just feel like there is definitely a time to think about stopping. So yeah, that's my thought of the day.
I'm only 2 hours in on antidepressants, but I gotta say, the outlook from here is much better. 2 hours in, and you know, maybe it's a placebo, but I don't know, but something's working.
I'm Dr. Campbell, and I'm a holistic psychiatrist. I have treated many patients who have told me that if they had known certain things, they never would have agreed to start taking antidepressants. Here are 5 things that I have heard from many patients who told me they wish they had known. Number 1, how hard they are to stop. This is probably the most common complaint that I hear. Patients are not being told that stopping their antidepressant might be the hardest thing that they've ever done, that they can suffer severe withdrawal symptoms, that it can take years to stop them, or that it can be so hard to stop that some people end up having to take them forever. Number 2, they don't treat depression. Many patients are extremely shocked when they find out that antidepressants don't actually treat depression. Many people are being sold the big pharma lie about a chemical imbalance, and their doctor tells them that antidepressants treat this. Of course, this is absolutely untrue. Antidepressants do not treat depression, but are designed to try and suppress symptoms. Number 3, it is possible to treat depression. Almost all of my patients have told me that no one explained to them that depression is a treatable disease. They have told me that if they knew this, they would have chosen treatment over medications. Instead of trying to suppress symptoms with antidepressants, we can treat depression by getting to the root of the cause and addressing underlying trauma, nutritional deficiencies, hormonal imbalances, etc. Number 4, they can cause permanent sexual dysfunction. I have seen PSSD or post-SSRI sexual dysfunction many times. Due to the overuse of SSRI medications, this is becoming more and more common. Many patients experience sexual side effects when taking SSRIs, and virtually zero are told that these sexual problems may continue after they stop the drug and can become permanent. Number 5, they can turn you into a zombie. It is a well-known fact that antidepressants commonly cause people to feel emotionally numb, blunted, and completely disconnected. While this may be a benefit in the short term for people who are feeling overwhelmed, in the long term, it can be very detrimental. So many of my patients have told me that they had no idea that starting antidepressants would completely disconnect them from what it means to be human. Many of my patients describe it like they were put into a pharmaceutical coma. When they start coming off of their antidepressants, it's like they are suddenly able to experience themselves and the world again.